drill a hole out, run some tape over the end that you're gonna stick in there, so that way when you pour your glue around, it doesn't get back underneath the chuck itself. You got a permanent dedicated chuck. I was in Utah, saw a guy, he had several of those set up, very specific, just projects that he did. But it's a cheap way. Those nuts cost like $2.75 a piece at Alamo Nut and Bolt. Okay, and if you need, you can get them in 1 1/4 by 8 or 1 by 8, depending on what lathe you got. And they work just fine. Good little gizmo to play with. But yeah, I need that first. Second thing I'm going to demo, at least today, is we'll get to the rings. Craft Goods, they just came out with this guy. It's their new ring mandrel chuck. It's simple. You don't need to support it at all. It's a real small little guy. It's great for these little projects if you want to use, if you want to make them. All right, I need to chuck back.
Did you have to stand one face so it would sit flat on the
No.
spindle?
No, doesn't it rest up against
The
the
nut sits pretty
the
flat.
nuts? The nuts sits. The nuts flat. It sits there.
You were lucky.
All right. Biggest key first, if you're using one of these blanks, is always use either a good hardwood, stabilized wood, or acrylic blanks work real nice. First thing you need to do though is screw up your face. And then some double-sided tape. If you buy these blanks from Crafts USA, they'll give you one side's already sanded, so that way it'll fit well here. Sorry. Get that out of there. That's better. Go nice with this stuff. This damn roll of tape is expensive. A little glass. Normally I take my pen saver, I put it in there, I use this to go up center up against it. But I don't want to put a point into that wood. So little brass nut will work just fine.
And what is that, Gene?
So Wenge, the wood is at least. All I'm doing, you want to get good pressure up against it, that way the tape holds real well. And then while it's in this position, round it out. We're done this month. First thing you should do is round out the blanket itself. properly secured, Crafts USA recommends that they say drill half the size of the hole is their recommendation. I go with about a 1/2 inch hole and just work from there. I didn't pass these around. These are two I worked on earlier today. The larger one is Bacote, the smaller one is a dyed, stabilized box elder burl. This is a Jacob's chuck and a 1/2 inch Forstner bit. All right.
Check to see by. Yep, I see white. All right, now comes the fun part. All right. I recommend using either a skew or a scraper. I don't have a really good scraper, so I brought my skew. I'm more comfortable with it anyway. So, now you basically want to You do want to be careful not to go through the tape when you're doing this, simply because your sizing on the ring will be off if you do.
Are you working inside or outside?
Inside. Right now, I'm trying to make sure that I get a little metal core inside.
Is that a skew or a parting tool there?
This is a skew. I do have a BB and parting tool. They both work fine. Other one's okay. One thing you always want a good tool to use is just a ruler to make sure you're not deep enough on the side, on the base.
Do you buy pre-sized rings?
Crafts USA sell these in ring cores, and they're nice because this is one size. It's already pre-sized. Two things about it: it gives you a nice stable metal core.
What are you using? I can't see.
Beating and parting, 3/8 beating and parting. Oopsie. Tape's coming off. Careful with
that guy. Not fun when they pop off. Also, make sure you know where the ring's at. I thought I got that knock on my head. I thought the ring had fallen on the ground, and I crawled under my leg and hit my head. And I put it in my damn pocket here. That's where it was. I was like, when I finally found it, I was like, you moron. Yeah, hold on. This glue is pretty good. Every now and then you gotta just get a little more pressure back on the piece. One nice thing about your lathe, it gives a good press.
Do the instructions say to whistle?
Finding the right melodic interface is gonna help the glue bond better.
Oh,
There's one uses for a nut chuck. There's one. Not quite there.
Put that pie chart. I'll lose your two over there.
Speed it up.
No, it's out of,
Got it up a little bit.
it got out of bounds, out of whack. Not good. Oh,
Yeah.
let's hope I got enough room to play with in this. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh well, I've done this before. Had it happen on the first one. Like Nish, I am not. You look at Crafts USA's demo on these things, he's the one who demos them.
Do they have this demo on YouTube?
Crafts USA website has it. But they use a pen mandrel. They haven't, the ring mandrel that I'm gonna demo, they haven't gotten on their website yet. You call them, you can get it.
Craft Supply.
Yeah, Craft Supply, Crafts USA. They had this, literally, it came out the day the Utah Symposium started. And so I got to see it firsthand.
How many different sizings do they have of the insert?
The
The metal insert,
Like-
the rings.
I want to say it's like 6 to 16.
So a decent amount.
And they've got, and they have sizes. They just introduced half.
Because I don't know what it was. I was looking up, I think it was Craft Supplies.
They're the
Originally
ones
only
I
had
know
like
that does it.
two
They've
different
got-
sizes, but
There's the pen mandrel itself, or this thing, I'll take a look at it real quick. But it comes with 3 sets of bushings.
did you get the rubber machines?
They're metal. Large, medium, and small, depending on what size rings. And they go from, I want to say it's 6 to 16 or something. They've got a big one in there if you need it. Oh. So let's see where Sam's at. I hope we get close. so.
Do they make the manual for a 1 1/4?
Yeah, that's what I have.
This one here?
Yeah, it's 1 1/4.
That is one?
Yeah,
I didn't check it out.
no, it'll fit, or one, either one. Yeah, they make the manual for both sides. It's nice. I think I got enough room there.
You could have used CA and at the end, come part it off.
You could.
You're gonna shape it to come to meet the wing end.
Use a wedge fit. I mean, you could do it on a wedge fit. I've done that before with rings, where you size a round blank and squeeze it in that way. There's several ways to do this. I'm not preaching gospel, that's for sure. Anything in wood turning, there's more than, screen this cat.
So 3 sets for all male and female,
Huh?
3 sets pushing,
The
cover
three-
all the male and female.
Should. I mean, and then they've got four different widths and the sizing from 3mm to 8mm. Depending on how thick of a band you want. You do want to make sure that it's a snug fit because you're only going to be using thick CA glue or epoxy. I'm going to be using thick CA. You don't want so much room that you can't, that it's going to create a gap. And you do also want to make sure that the core goes all the way to the back. At least it's not warning your wife is calling or something like that. The tedious part.
So why didn't you drill it to size?
Several reasons. One, I don't trust this lathe. More often than not, I know this thing doesn't run true. Two, even wood, even though it's a pretty good sized chunk of wood, this thin, it's more that kind of stress can level it to crack, cause it to crack more often or quickly. What I forgot to bring was what I would have been doing is take a pair of, calipers and at least mark the outer edge, so at least I know I can cut faster to the right point. I just forgot to bring those with me today.
Go over the back. Here we are. And that's a decent enough fit. I don't know what's that. Alright. Now, you want to cut the excess off of this side. Leave the ring core in there so that way you know how far you gotta cut. And make sure you're not touching the chuck. Wrong button. Just trying to make sure that I'm not touching through all the way. Yeah, I guess.
Were you showing it up?
What?
I can't see what you're doing.
Basically slicing down the side of the thing, true it up to match it up to the side of the ring core. Just taking exceptionally light cuts with my skew. Alright. This is probably the best tool that the fun part of prying it off. Be gentle when you pry this off because it can crack right here. Right? Yeah, that's a little bit too much gap. But it'll work for that. Alright. And then just some good old thick CA. So stick your fingers to it.
What are the ring cores made out of?
Stainless steel. Just good old stainless steel. Normally I let that sit up a little while longer, but for tonight's purposes, I want to get that
On there, I need the ring chuck back here. We got that. Thank you, man.
Different tools.
It's about as true as ever. Alright.
They'll pushing to get inside that ring, right?
They got 3 different size bushings depending on what size they go for. I think it's like to like 9 or 8 on the slow end. The medium's like 10 to 12, and then the large ones are 11 to 16 or whatever they go to. So each one depends on what they're gonna do.
The chuck comes with the bushings?
Yes, Chuck comes with all 3 sets of bushings. You don't have to buy extra. Well, then that's what we talk about it for a while. Alright. So the next thing we're gonna do, size it down just a little bit. Just using the 3/8 spindle gouge. Alright, that's about enough for that at the moment. And I saw him demo this stuff, it's pretty cool. This is a glow-in-the-dark powder. I'm gonna cut a line down the center of this guy and lay that in there. Or not. That happens. I'm not worried about it, but that's fine. Too funny.
You just cut it in half?
Yeah, cut it. It caught on edge and just popped off the rest of it. Dang it. Oh well. Well, darn, I ruined my demo.
Glue it back on.
Do you think heat's causing the glue to break down?
No, on that one was just rushing. I hadn't let it cure it properly. I should have done that part of it at the house, and then just did a separate ring. That's fine. I'll fix this one up for myself later on. Darn. Basically, what I would have done next is you got to cut that down to the core, and this is just simple glow-in-the-dark powder that they have. The only bad thing about this stuff, from what they were telling, and when I saw the demo done in Utah, is it will tear up conventional tools. That's why I brought my Easy Wood rougher. I said for that purpose. I said this. Sorry.
So how do you
You better have a good
Thin super glue. Simply
super glue mix it in?
Yeah, no,
and
just-
form it in?
pour it on there. Pour the dust on there.
Oh, so
Pour
it's
it
an outer-
thin. It'd have been embedded in it, but thin super glue will get into anything. And so you pour that into the crack of the hole, thin super glue it, and then it falls in there. And then you want to hit it with some activator, you can. You don't have to. It's pretty hard. Thin hardens pretty fast, but that stuff is ridiculously bright when it glows. It's crazy. But yeah, it was cool to watch the guy. Mike Nish, the demo in Utah. I'm sorry that I didn't bring.
I haven't seen one that's shown. Do they make one?
You have to just,
Hobby Lobby doesn't carry it.
well, they don't.
Nothing else.
That actually glows?
Yeah. Put your hand, put it over, put it in your hands.
Wormholes in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll.
You have to leave it in a light for a while for it.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of power to it. Not bad. They had a UV light that they were charging it with, and when he took the light off, it dang near glowed without any with the lights on. You know, I mean, it was impressive to see. That's why I was like, oh, cool, this would be a cool thing to demo out. So, but yeah, that's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would be neat to pay blank.
Yeah, you can do. I mean,
hard on the tools.
yeah, you really do need to get. I was gonna say, I mean, if you wanted to put a couple lines, one of the guys said they put it on fan knobs, pull knobs, because at least you put one line on that, and at least if you enter a dark room, you should still be able to see a faint line on it. But yeah, it was not cheap. This stuff's like $5 for a little pouch, but
Where you get that?
Craft Supply USA. It's a good. It's like I said, it's a cool product to watch.
That's when you use the gadget that on it. Remember that little tube?
I was gonna put a paper towel down. That's what it is.
Any other questions for Jay?
At the moment, I'm sorry that my pen, my ring.
Just
when
out
you
of
finish
curiosity, how expensive is the chuck?
it was less than $50. It wasn't too bad.
$49.99?
Something like that. 45. I think it was 45, but I don't remember. It was Craft Supply was Daryl Nish, who is the CEO of Craft Supply. Was nice enough to actually give me the prep planks and a couple of cores so I could demo it. I paid for the chuck, but they demoed it out. These are for the rack. Two blanks and two ring cores.
There's a website called bangleguy.com, and they also sell the stainless steel, but they have titanium bands as well.
Nice. I'll have to look at that. They're at SWAT. The only other thing I was gonna use was the micro mesh sanding powder or sanding paste. This stuff is fantastic, but you don't need to sand your blanks. You can CA finish if you're just using thin. All I did on these rings here was I bought 10-15 coats of thin and then worked through these. Did not sand it once after I put the CA on.
What are those?
This is Dr. Kurt's Micro Magic. It's an abrasive paste. It's I think like 1,500, 5,000, and then 12,000 grit capacity. But you work it on.
Instead of the micro mesh.
Instead of micro mesh, I kind of yeah, Dr. Kurt. Dr. Kurt Kurt DeHeer, who is resident wood turner for Crafts USA, and their staff. Real good guy to talk to. Good chance to, but he designed a lot of the Dr. Kirk stuff. His product. I've already. It's real simple and easy. You don't need a whole lot. You know what I mean? That.
What about for acrylics? Is that too?
It is. It's designed for CA or acrylics. Actually, the pin that I passed around earlier.
Mhm.
That's the only finish it has on it. All I used was the sanded to like I think 800, and then I used this stuff to polish it the rest of the way.
Nice. Yeah, we do really different process, but it's a good thing.
Yeah, the nice thing about this stuff, if you have anything that has any kind of contoured finish to it, that you can't normally wet sand easily, beads and coves, I did some stuff in an Australian burl that I really couldn't use the normal finishing paste that I use, and put this with a CA finish on it, and it's gorgeous.
What about automotive, compounds, have you used that?
I haven't, but a lot of people here I know they use plastic polishes and stuff, and they like them.
Okay.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah, for CA.
well, plastics and CA, this is the, for what it is, it's a great little polish.
Gotcha.
It works real well, and I mean, granted, I know I've already polished this ring once, but still.
CA, and also UV.
Yeah, this thing has a UV inhibitor in it.
Okay.
It developed into it. But yeah.
So so my name's Mark Lund, I do pool cues, and so I'm coming here to learn some different techniques, but also I got a bunch of spare woods and things, and I was like, that'd be neat to make pens. And so as I listen to this, I have sanding mandrels, there's so many similar processes.
Oh yeah.
But I know quite a bit about finishes for a pool cue that's very meticulous.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean, that's